Yes, yes, you're watching Cross the Street with Jim Bonus. This is Northern Draw. You're tuning in. What's up, Portland? What's up, world? Yeah, check it out. Check it out.
Oh, what is good? I'm here today with NorthernDraw. Welcome to the show, friend. Nice having you on finally.
Thank you.
For those who don't know NorthernDraw,
Cross the street or across the street?
You can say either one, really, as long as you get there.
All right.
Yeah, cross the street is technically it, but no one ever seems to get it right, so it's almost like endearing now.
Well, cross the street was my first guess. So,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. If you watch the show enough, you know I do bring everybody a gift. As honored. I know you're traveling a lot and traveling lightly, so I brought you a 45.
This is actually really dope. I'm a huge Versatile fan. GOAT, one of the best rappers of all time to come out of Portland. This neighborhood, too, means a lot to me. I have a studio a couple blocks away from here for a couple years, and also Burnside Skate Park. My home away from home is straight down that block. And I have one for you as well.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a little record bag from Munich, Germany.
You got it from Germany?
Yeah, man.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. I'm living in Munich, Germany at the moment, and I'm a student. I've been living there for a couple years.
World traveler. Look at this. Look at the spread today.
Jimbo, do you like grapes?
I love grapes. He didn't want to ask me that on camera, but
Have some grapes.
there's me eating some grapes.
Let's see if this works. This is a
What do you know about
song. The song is called Patience. I think something that we all need to have a little more of nowadays.
And what is this from? This is just a rare.
This is Tony Ozier.
Tony Ozier. Shouts to Tony.
Yes, I did some investigative journalism last night and watched your Tony Ozier. I'm a huge Tony Ozier fan. And I wanted to bring your listeners and your viewers in to watch the Tony Ozier episode. But you know what? This is also a gift for you as well.
This is dope.
Yeah, I went out of my way to get this for you because I like this. I like Potions. Oops, excuse me. Potions, the label. Tony
You got
Ozier.
that for me?
I got that for you, dog.
Really?
Yeah, do you have any Tony Ozier
I
stuff?
have one. I got an autographed copy of Tony Ozier's last production that he put out last summer.
That's
wow.
a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Wow, I'm blown away. Thank you so much, Draw. Whoa.
You're welcome.
That's dope. I really appreciate the extra effort today, too. You brought the whole...
Brought my little tape player. This is a little thing we just dropped. My homie Thodo Lane. Cassette just came out a couple weeks ago. We're having a release party on Thursday at the Holocene. I'm playing a beat set and DJing. The 16th, if people want to know what date that is. Yeah.
Is there a flyer for that?
Yeah, it's out there. It's on Facebook. It's on the Instagram.
I'll find it, and I'll present the flyer ding, right next to Draw right there. You'll be able to see that flyer.
For all the people out there, we're going to be kind of sparse with the music because we don't want any of that kind of
Yeah, we
stuff
don't know
stopping.
copyright infringement.
But you know, I brought all kinds of little tricks and treats for you here. And then since you gave me... Oh, this is backwards. Hold on a second. We're going to flip this around. Ha! Here we go. All right, since you gave me the Versatile record, I brought a Versatile record to show your fans. A really rare one.
Ooh.
See if I can find it in here.
I do give credit to Draw. Draw is a local historian, if you will. He pays very close attention to the scene and has for many years.
Is that right?
That's right. You had it right, yeah.
Gusto. Mr. Gusto. This is a really dope song. Beat by Shines.
Ooh, Reverend Shines.
Yeah, local producer. It's on Quantum.
Member of the Lifesavers. Yeah.
Lifesavers, yep. And,
I bought a hat from Reverend Shines when he worked at the mall many years ago. Yeah, a little cut and scratch on it too.
It's almost like it has like a kind of Micah 9 flow in it. It's just like chopping it up so much.
That secondhand smoke, the one that I just got from you right there too, the production on that is insane. Great weeds.
I bumped it a couple of days ago. I appreciate that, man. So just gonna slide in with my other little Mr. Gusto joint here.
Look at the platter we're serving it on today too. He rolls legit. The 4-door cut. It's the diesel. Is it the diesel version?
This is a very rare car. It's a 1980 Oldsmobile diesel Cutlass. Has a 350, 5.7 liter. V8 engine inside of it. I am
clean.
the second owner.
Look how clean it is. Look.
And it's all original. I mean, I did some work on the engine a little bit.
Yeah. I like the little wood custom little setup you got in there. That's
and
dope.
Its name is Pink.
Pink. How did they get the name Pink?
Because I bought it off of 2 deceased cherry farmers from the Dials that were called the Pinks.
Dope. I like it. I like that.
Yeah.
I was making a comment to that to Zachary Mason on his episode when he had. I met one of his pieces of equipment. And I asked, "What's your machine's name?" I think everything should have a name if you.
Well, talking about copyright stuff, we'll put on this one.
What
This is unreleased Turquoise Summers, never to come out.
Never came out.
Never came out. So that won't get flagged.
You let that rock, yeah.
Sorry, James. White label, Turquoise Summers.
Now, you've been traveling a lot. You've been a student, right?
Yeah, I'm a student. I'm going to graduate school in Munich, Germany at the moment.
When are you doing all that? I know you were here recently and then abroad.
Yeah, the last year. I just finished my first year. I just turned in all my papers a couple weeks ago for this last semester. Then I'm going back in a month and doing it again. And finishing up my master's degree in American Studies.
In Munich?
In Munich. Yep, learning about America through a different lens. It's all taught in English, and it's practically free. So.
I'm reminded of NorthernDraw every day in my home.
It's good to see you, Jim.
It's good to see you too, sir. He blessed my son and I with a piece of art that hangs in my house that many of you have already seen if you've been to my house.
Remind me of your son's name again.
Sydney.
Sydney, what's up? I hope you enjoy it.
He actually said, big ups, I told him I was going to go do interview draw, and he said hello. So.
I hope you're tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the painting, man. Take care.
But yeah, reminded of you every day when we see that, of course. You've been doing a lot more art. I've seen you've done art continuously, even in Munich. It seems like you're over there.
Yeah, I did an art show last summer there too, like a solo art show. A lot of paintings and on found material, and I had a concept. I did a lot. I have a couple friends over there. I'm the godfather of their child, and we kind of did a collab art show. I appropriated her art more or less. I made paintings out of it, and we did a little joint art show. She's 6 years old.
She's 6?
6 years old, yeah.
Wow.
And I paint a lot there. Got a lot of homies to paint with.
Yeah.
So
you're skating down there too.
Skate a lot. That's why I'm rocking this cane.
Yeah.
This is a Centennial cane of Oregon from 1959 that my grandfather bought. So it was my grandfather's for the 100-year anniversary of Oregon. So
he doesn't normally rock a cane. He is an avid skateboarder, and he said he took a pretty nasty tumble. You said Saturday.
Yeah, I took a bad spill on Sunday. It's the best I've been able to walk all week, so.
It's
cool, man. A little blood sacrifice to the skate gods.
Made it out here for us.
So what do you guys want to get into? Those grapes are pretty bomb, huh?
The grapes are good.
Yeah, they're bomb.
What are you listening to right now? Anybody around town or?
I got that new Tola tape. That Tola tape's amazing, man.
I have not heard it yet.
But I'm a DJ, but I'm also a huge record fan, so I could break out all kinds of stuff. And living in Germany, I got all kinds of German stuff and Euro stuff, French shit, Italian shit I brought. But this is a famous. Where did I get this from? It's a famous scratch right here.
I like to dig records too, so I can't imagine what that must have been like. First time in Germany digging records, where you just melted.
Yeah, man, you have to have a strategy. Because
you've never seen anything, right?
No, that's not true. You see a lot of the same shit, but it's also the price range is different because you have a lot of stuff over there that's imported from the States. So all the Earth, Wind, and Fires and the, I don't know, the Sade's and whatever, the Stevie Wonders, they're going to be 3 times as expensive as you get them for here. You can get them for $5. There it's like 20 euros because it's all imported. So you have to change your strategy of okay, what was happening? What was going on in the city, what's cheap here. So Munich in particular had a really big disco scene in the 80s, so they had dummy amounts of 7 inches for €1, and they're we don't have over here.
Right.
And they have all kinds of cool B-sides and shit like that. Let's see here, what did I bring? I brought some rock and roll. Lee Scratch Perry, rest in peace, I had to bring some people that, passed away in this last couple of years.
I would imagine shopping abroad, the 45 has got to be your favorite look then, right? I mean,
yeah, here, there's one. This is a 7-inch I got over there for €1 or whatever.
What's the conversion rate for us out there that don't know what a euro is?
It goes about $1.15, $1.20.
Something
like that.
Wow.
But you know, this is a cover version of a Last Night a DJ Saved My Life. But I thought it was just kind of.
You're like, how did this come up? Oh.
Pretty good to throw in the mix. You get stuff like this for €1 all day. This one for €1.
Those drums, right?
That's sick, huh? Yeah.
I know, right? I mean, like.
But you gotta dig through a lot of shitty disco.
That's the original sample pack for all you kids out there. This is a VST that never goes bad. Look at that bass line. What? You just went on the cuff with that? You're like, I'm taking that.
Yeah, man, that's a good one.
Yeah.
It's good to throw in the mix.
Yeah.
But here, all the Portland heads will probably know this one. Maybe I won't show it, because, you know, it's good to have some secrets on the internet and have people find it out. See if you can call it if you recognize the sample.
I'll try not to use my head here. I'm so terrible at. Remember what was it, Beat Jeopardy? That they used to play on Sunday Night Show. There we go.
The speaker's kind of shitty. Can you hear it?
Let's see. Is that
Here we are.
Workaholics?
It's a show called Portlandia.
Portlandia, there we go. Duh, yeah, duh.
But that's
Duh. That's the original sample, though.
That's the sample.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let you know.
Yeah. Keep that a secret.
Keep
that a secret for all those Portland heads out here. This is kind of. What do you think about this, Draw? Like, just you being from Portland and then seeing like what's going on here.
Apparently, we're not allowed to park in this parking lot. You know that?
Really?
Yeah, because it's like I went and saw Candyman here the other week. And apparently, the person that owns this property sold this parking lot, and they're supposed to develop some shit on it. You know, a bunch of apartments with stores at the bottom.
Which leads me to believe then that the Lloyd Center is probably shortly behind it as far as closing.
That's why you're not supposed to park in here, because technically they could tow you, but I don't think anyone gives a shit right now.
Yeah. Plus you got a cane, so.
Yeah. I'm doing an interview for cross the road, and that's right.
That's right. Yeah, we got to make it safe.
I appreciate what you're doing, though, man. You have your finger on the pulse and you're checking out a lot of the city, you know, and like shining a light on this town. There's a lot of town that goes, you know, overlooked, I feel like, and it's good, you know. People just like, if it's not in their vision, they don't seek after it. So you gotta be like, hey, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of people.
Well, you're part of that pulse, though, NorthernDraw. You've been out. You make beat tapes, and you've been a part of the beat culture here for many a years.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just doing the research. I mean, I consider you a friend, but the little research I did today, just looking back on some of your stuff, you're just so involved with that culture, the DJ culture, the records, the radio. Of course, is how I met you. So,
Kebu.
You've locked into that here in Portland.
I was even the president of Kebu for 6 months at a period.
Yeah, you did. I remember. Yeah. You made your way into the Billy Soul video that we made a couple of years back.
I didn't even remember that.
Yeah.
Sick. Shout out to Billy Soul.
Also, you're in the Scooter Rogers Figure 8 video.
He rolled up on a mural that I painted at Burnside. That one? Yeah. And for the record, because I don't know if Scooter Rogers ever recognized it, if you roll up to Burnside, the skate park, and try to like film some music video, people aren't down. So any rappers out there checking this out, don't just roll up to the park and try to shoot a music video. You'll get kicked out. But you know, it's a painting I did, and they're like, hey, yo, you know this kid from the radio or something? I'm like, yeah, he gets a pass. So
there you go. Well, you got one solid pass at Burnside. You better know somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not about that, man. People don't realize like that park. You know, it's a world famous park, but you gotta just realize like how much struggle that all those skaters put in just to have a spot, you know? And it's not a place for, you know, it's not a graffiti spot. They let people do graffiti if it's curated a little bit. You know, it's not a spot to film your music video. It's a spot for skateboarding, you know? And you have to respect that.
Handmade by
the first DIY park in the world, man.
Yeah. Featured in video games, of course, for many years, you know, and no, it's a great legacy for all of us Portlanders here. I'm always proud to talk about Burnside, and when I go places out of town, usually get asked about it. Oh, you guys have the cool skate park there. Yeah.
You know who this is?
No, I don't, but...
This is Giorgio Moroder. He produced music for a woman named Donna Summers.
Oh, now I know her, yeah.
They both lived in Munich, Germany.
Oh, really?
In the last neighborhood I was living in, I lived a couple blocks away from their famous studio that they had to take out in the 70s during the Olympics because they put a subway in right next to the studio and it fucked up the sound.
Oh, it like rumbled inside and shit, yeah.
But this guy influenced a lot of the electronic music from back in the day, in the 80s. People like Daft Punk and all that kind of music. This is what it was into.
And all that stuff later, you know, turned its way into some hip-hop here and there even. Some sample-based music.
What should we listen to, man?
I don't know, what do you got? I know you got a magical little crate there. It may not look like a very big crate, but I bet you that crate's probably worth a couple, $500, $600, $700.
No, it's not that much. It's is this the right one? Dug this out there and I played it at like a little like live gig or a little like Zoom show. Mm-hmm. And all like the German DJs with a bunch of other my like homies DJ crew. They're like, oh yo, you played that Hildegard Knef. Like our mutual friend Hansi, who runs a YouTube show called Hansi's Room, I've been on a couple of times. Like, yo, he played that a couple nights ago. I was like, what? You played that song? He's like, yeah. And I like saw him later that like the next day. I'm like, yo, you played that one Hildegard song? He's like, yo, that's a cut. Hansi was like a really famous breakdancer and toured Europe, toured America, was like the shit, you know? And then we got in this conversation that ended up being a whole evening. He's like, yeah, man, like we used to break to this song, to this one. This was like our breakdance music. You know, we used to loop up that break right there. And it like blew my mind. It took my whole DJing and digging to like a whole nother level. And he's like, I'm like, oh shit, like all the breaks, the classic breaks, the Jimmy Castor bunch, the Mexican, you know, all these things that I know, they're like, well, all the breakdancers doing it, or it's a famous popping song. They had that shit in Germany, they had that stuff in Korea, they have that stuff in Thailand with their own artists, you know, it's like up for you to explore. Oh. So we just sat down and we just like dug a bunch of different breaks that he used to break to like when he was younger and opened up my mind, you know?
I bet. Finding a break on a record is one thing, but then you find sometimes like the artists that are just like, their whole LP is just like, oh, break.
Yeah, since I'm talking about that though, I want to give a shout out to like some of the dancers in town, like Soul Trigger, Icon, Sleepy Tub, Conrad. He really put me on a lot, and DJing a lot. That took myself to like another level. It's cool to play records. It's cool to play like USB sticks. I'm not trying to disrespect anything, but once you realize like a history of music and history of sound and dance and like certain songs in a certain era, place, and time that made a certain kind of dance, and then people that recognize that, they're in the dance community, and you go to the joint, you see the poppers or you see the strutters or something like that, and you play like a fatback song or something, and you're like, all the strutters go, oh, and they start doing the dance, and you see the breakers and you play, you know, the Incredible Bongo Break or something like that, and they're like, oh, so you can kind of have this different conversation of lineage of where the music came from. You know, I think that's really what DJing's about, and I wouldn't say that's missing, but you know, it just I bring it up because I feel like it elevated my like DJing ability to a whole nother level, having that reciprocity with the dance community and understanding that history and placement.
Is that something you've tapped in within Germany too, the dance community out there?
It's a lot different. No. Like my homie Hans, he also goes by K Hans K or Hansi's Room. Look him up on YouTube. He runs a YouTube channel where he films people's sets, producers, DJs, musicians, and he just does a little like stream of them. He's dope.
All right.
He's one of my like good friends that was into dancing and was really heavy into it, and we've kind of discussed about the Munich scene in particular is very like scene-stir and closed off. There's no like open jam sessions when you go to a bar or a venue. You have to go to like a private studio because they're training for some
Shoot me his link. We'll share his YouTube channel.
Let's do it, man.
We'll
He's a great guy. He also makes beats too. So
yeah, that's dope. Yeah. We got a couple minutes left on the show. 20 minutes kind of flew by pretty quick here with my good old friend NorthernDraw.
That was super good, man. Yeah.
Anything else you want to share, or shout outs, or anything, PSA for the city? Anything at this point you want to?
I don't know, man. The city. I mean, I really appreciate you getting out there and getting in the scene. Man, Portland's got really rough the last couple years.
Yeah, it seems like it, huh?
Be safe out there, you know.
Scrapes are so fire.
They're good, you know. Be responsible. I don't know, man.
I've been preaching that. Let's try and keep the scene safe, whether you're at a rock show or a hip hop show, whatever live event. Let's try and keep everybody safe, you know.
Yeah, and to all the creative people, keep on doing it, you know. Don't let the man get you down. Keep fighting the good fight. Live for your passion. Do what you want to do, you know. Study yourself, know yourself. You know, big
So-
shout out to Jimbo.
When are you leaving? When are you taking off to go back to school then? When?
A couple weeks in October.
Couple weeks in October.
I mean, yeah, in October 5th or so.
You're gonna be gone for how long?
Probably another year.
Another year.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Man.
don't know. I might go mob around Europe a little bit. I might hit up London, visit some rapping DJ friends in London, England.
Well, I haven't really enjoyed the idea of having a guest on the show that's not physically with me, but maybe for the efforts of you being in a different country, we'll try and make that happen in a cool way, where we can somehow get you on the show again.
Totally cool, man. But,
Across
hey,
the continent.
I'm always here in spirit. I'm a diehard Portlander. I always
Yeah.
preach Portland wherever I go. This is my home.
Yeah.
This is, you know, wherever. This will forever be my allegiancy to this place. I'll have allegiancy to this place. Yeah. So.
All right, man. I wish October never comes, but
All right, man. Let me see
Good
this
having you
camera
on
real
the
quick.
show.
Let me see this. All right, I'm gonna take this off real quick.
what are you doing?
All right.
Going on being
The man behind the camera
he
doing
caught
his
me.
thing.
He caught me.
Yeah, well, he
caught me.
doesn't like it. He doesn't like the
I
camera.
don't really like the camera much, but I'll eat some grapes on the way out.
Look at him.
Thanks again, Draw, for the grapes. I hope they open Lloyd Center again sometime soon.
Tune in to Cross the Road, Cross the Street. Sorry, my
Guys,
bad.
no one ever gets it right. I told you, it's almost endearing at this point.
Yeah. Cross the street.
All right. See you guys later. Bye.
Peace, peace, peace. Tune in.